Oh, maybe not.
I got it. There we go, everybody. Hey, we're just gonna play the whole thing freaking tonight because that's how it's all going here at Basketball Radio here lately. Holy cow! Welcome everybody. Welcome back to the show. Thank you guys for all tuning in. Again, guys, we are trying out something new again tonight. We hope you enjoy it. After I read the reviews, and I apologize for the Martin Villa show. We was hoping to be a little bit better. Um, I kicked that streaming service to the curb. And for you guys that don't know, last week I brought up our Patreon again. Please become a Patreon member. It helps pay for the service that you see that we're recording on tonight. Service is not free, by the way. It's quite expensive, and we learned that through our last streaming service. So we're looking for something new to help with the cost, because right now 0 plus 0 equals 0, right, Geek?
That is correct.
And that's what we're getting paid. So, but we love bass fishing, and we're here to talk about that tonight. But before we get going with that, Geek, welcome back to the show. We didn't have you last week, so welcome back, my brother.
Sorry, I was a little behind. We've been trying to get caught up on the content and get 2-3 weeks ahead. So we was working, and I was working on content ahead and forgot that I had a video that had to come out right then and there that day. So kind of dropped the ball on the one that I should have been working on.
It's all good. Hey, either way, we're glad to have you back. Guys, want to thank everyone that came out and fished with the basscast.com last weekend. We had 24 teams show up. Thank you, everyone. I know it was the first day of hunting season, so I definite appreciate you all coming out and fishing and supporting the basscast.com. Don't forget, everybody, you have to fish 3. That's right, 3 tournaments to qualify for our championship, which is, I want to say, December the 13th, Smith Mountain Lake State Park. So head on over, check out the results from the last event to make sure you fished your 3 to qualify. So thank you again. Also, 20 pounds, Geek. Dude, 20 pounds hit the scales. Alex Watts and Alvin Harris, it was actually 20.39 pounds. Congratulations to them. I think they were like a pound or 2 above everybody else. After that weight, it was kind of pretty daggone tight. Let me bring up the results real quick. But yeah, it was really it was 20. And then, like I said, it dropped about 2 pounds. 1838, 1823, 1762, 1717. So it's all pretty daggone close from there on down. We paid 5 spots. And again, congratulations to Mr. Missile Bates, Mr. John Cruz, Alex Watts. You guys all know Alex works for John Cruz and does a great job working for him. So congratulations to him. And while we're talking about that, guys, want to thank our sponsors, Missile Bates, Angler's Choice Marine, and Just Rig It in Martinsville, Virginia. If you got a boat, then I talked to a bunch of guys, and Geek, and I know you might know some as well, that have sold their boats in 2025 and they're kind of waiting on a 2026 boat. Mm-hmm. So if you're waiting on a 2026 boat and you don't like doing the rigging yourself, Just Rig It in Martinsville, Virginia. Check them out on Facebook. Call them, Martinsville, Virginia. Look them up on your mobile phone. Give them a call today. They got everything. They got the mounts. They got the wires. They got the systems. Whatever you need to get your bass boat or kayak. They're getting into the kayak too. They're getting into the kayak world as well, putting the mounts on the kayaks. So boats or kayaks, Just Rig It, Martinsville, Virginia. Let them hook you up today. So
I can do the rigging on my boat, but I hate it. I'd rather have somebody else do it.
It's a whole lot of crawling up underneath that.
It's a whole lot of crawling and pulling and tugging and
drilling.
Yeah, man, it's a lot.
Yeah, if you don't feel comfortable, I mean, I don't have any money, so I wouldn't have $100,000 bass boat. But if you don't feel comfortable drilling through your $100,000 bass boat, let the boys that just rig it take care of you and get you all rigged up. Like I said, right down the road in Martinsville, Virginia, about an hour and a half. That's my old stomping grounds, by the way. My father was from Martinsville, Virginia, Henry County, Franklin County, all that area down there. So I have an idea roughly where he is. I haven't been in there yet, but I have a rough idea where he is down there. But like I said, let them get you rigged up for the 2026 season. And guys, while we're talking about 2026 seasons, you guys all know the holidays is right around the corner. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. But during the holidays, I start uploading schedules. We already have the Angler's Choice Team Tournament schedule for next year. We have the Bass Nation of Virginia schedule for next year. So we already have that ready. And we got a bunch of other schedules have started to come in. So if you would like your schedule put on the basscast.com's website, media@thebasscast.com, email it to us today, and we will get it up there on the website. So we've got a large, we're probably, you're looking for schedules, looking to know where to fish, media@thebasscast.com. Send it there, and dude, our schedule gets thousands of views. It ain't right now because we ain't got but about 4 tournaments left in the season, but during peak season beginning, everybody is looking for the basscast.com to know where to fish in 2026. Also, I know it's a little early, Geek, but Expo.
Expo season, yeah. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a little low this season. Probably, I may drive up and just hang around the Corbin little expo up there, just because I've never been in Kentucky. Okay. Now there's a new expo down in Alabama that I've been hearing some buzz about. May go, but right now, I think right now I'm gonna go spend maybe a day or two down at at the Knoxville show, of course.
Yes.
And then I'll probably just go to the Classic since it's in Knoxville too. So
yeah, I know my book. I know my room is booked for the Tennessee show. Mm-hmm. Most likely for the Classic as well. I haven't decided yet. We love going to Red Crest. We've already talked about it. We'd have to fly this year. Yeah. And it's just, I'll be honest, I had 3 sponsors in 2025. We paid the bills. That was it. All honesty, no jokes aside, nothing. Become a Patreon member and help out. But we are looking for more sponsors in 2026. My goal every year is 5. 5 sponsors at what we charge would pay all the bills for the whole entire year. So if you've got a business company, a hotel, a restaurant, you name it, that you want to get out there and get promoted, then hit up the basscast.com. We love to help you. Guys, I know the big boys, everybody wants to be a part of the big boys, but sometimes they crowd up the space. And, with us right here, we can help you eliminate that crowd and deal directly to the consumer that you want to speak to. So appreciate you. And like I said, you can email me there, media@thebasscast.com or Brian@thebasscast.com, and let's talk about sponsorship for the 2026 season. And let's do it now because I'm ready to get this thing going. Geek, you took the week off. You pumping out some content. I've been sharing some Geek's content on our social media page. First of all, how close are we? I don't mean to throw you on the spot, but how close are we to the 100K?
We kind of hit that sort of off-season lull right now, so we're just trudging along. I think we're 91,200, something like that, maybe more than that. So it's always November. Seems like most places, the last few tournaments kind of end in September, October, and then everybody goes to the woods. And I understand that, you're getting out, getting a little change of scenery, and getting out there chasing those bucks and gobblers and
Oh yeah.
bucks and beards. So, I get it, and taking a little break from the bass fishing world because, we know the bass fishing world, as of the last few years, seems to be a little stressful. A little stressful.
Yes, Geek is 100% right there, and it's actually, sorry about that. It's actually been stressful on us as well. I
Yeah.
hate to say it. It's topics that we really, honestly, and truthfully do not want to talk about. And we had another DQ at the Opens last weekend, and it's been the season of disqualification and
Yep.
information rules, and I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know how to really address this whole entire thing. And do we need to put each angler in a pod until it? I mean, I know an Slick brought up the thing about the off limits for 30 days prior to the events. I don't know. Go ahead, Tom. Geek. I don't know what to say, Geek.
I don't know, man. I like the off limits for 30 days.
I did too.
I like to me, I I have not seen a whole lot about what happened with the gentleman at the Open, but I know a lot of people have said, well, what information he did get, wasn't really going to be of help. So I don't know. I mean, it's hard to fill in all the gray areas. Uh, God.
It's all good. But when we get to that point and we get to that size, this dude's season's pretty much wrecked.
Hold on.
All right. So I mean, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I mean, when you get to that level,
I gotta take this.
all right. When we get to that level, Geek can be right back, everybody. His whole entire season is really, really wrecked. I mean, it's one of those deals where he qualified, he done worked his butt off. He made it to I think it's 3 qualifying EQ championships that are out there. And then, now it's like, where does he go from here? So it really is a whole entire messed up situation for someone's entire season. And, if you work that hard and then your season was pulled out from underneath you, I don't know. Guys, by the way, the angler has been on a couple other different podcasts. I think he was on Luke Duncan's podcast show. He was also on who was it? Trying to think here. It was Mike Iconelli's podcast. So, it's just one of them things where, holy cow, has there really been a DQ almost about every other month right now in Bassmaster? We've talked about where Bassmaster should go. Should they change the rules? We really don't know what we should do or what they should do, to be honest, regarding the whole entire season as a whole. So we'll get Geek back here in a second. We'll discuss some more of that. But yeah, I mean, it just sucks really for him and the accomplishments that he had done and acquired in 2025. And now his season's over. And, financially, it can make or break what you're going to do or where you're going to fish in 2026. I did have this pop up the other day on social media, guys, by the way. Um, you guys don't know, my boy Dave Miller Fishing. We've had him right here on Basscast Radio many, many times. He's going to be fishing the Bassmaster Opens in 2026. It is official for him. He has decided to make the move to the Opens. I guess now, since you can kind of fish the divisions again, and you don't have to fish them all. He's decided to go that route. We need to get him back on the show, everybody, and talk to him about that and see what his plans are for 2026. So Geek had a call, I guess. He is a work guys, by the way, so really appreciate him tuning in and talking with us tonight. Also, well, let's go back to the Basscast Tournament Trail real quick while we're waiting on Geek to come back. But first of all, thank you to everyone that did fish with us again. There's over $770 in our classic pot this year, and we've had a really great, amazing turnout. We're looking at the schedule and looking at things for the 2026 events and what our plans are. We really haven't decided what we're going to do in 2026 yet. I was going to bring this up on an episode of Before the First Cast that numbers were down in 2026. I mean 2025. So, and that was across the board. So I really want to talk about that in that show. So it's one of those things where should we keep a trail going or should we do a couple events and just call them opens, or what should we really do in 2026? We like your opinion. If you want to voice it, make it comment below, and we'll take everything into stride there. Also, guys, before the first cast, cluing you guys in a little bit, Calvin Herndon, who was doing our Before the First Cast. I want to thank you for him for getting the ball rolling on that. That was our Friday morning podcast show. He's got a newborn. Yep, a newborn at the house. So a newborn. Yep, you guys heard it. A newborn. So he is going to be stepping away from Before the First Cast. He will still be writing. I posted one of his stories up on the basscast.com. He did one a couple weeks ago about why anglers go hunting instead of fishing in November. But he will be stepping away, and we're currently looking for someone to take over Before the First Cast. So if you're interested, it is a weekly podcast show. You pick the topic or you can have a guest. It's all up to you. And we like this show to be about 15 to 30 minutes. It ain't got nothing crazy long. It's just a little show kind of how, to bounce off of Basscast radio and to get you kind of, pumped up, maybe a tip or maybe a technique before you hit the lake or river, wherever you fish in your area, and get you pumped up about that. So Before the First Cast, looking for another host. I thought we would, I want to do an episode myself during the holidays, which Thanksgiving is coming up. And then we'll probably take a hiatus for a little while from it until we can find a new MC, I guess you could say. Also, this morning, we another episode of, let's see here, the Bass Vault. We record on Wednesdays, guys, by the way. Every Wednesday, we drop the AI version of content. We know what Bass Vault is, real quick, is the content that we created through the content written by our writers, and that drops every Wednesday. So I'm thinking about maybe just moving that to Friday. After the little list of them I got kind of queued up for you guys, moving that to list of Fridays, and we will start jumping into Bass Vault. So it'll be Monday Basscast Radio and Friday Bass Vault until we get a new MC. All right, guys, for you guys who are watching, Bass Geek is back.
Sorry.
Nope, you're good. I let everybody know you're working. You're awesome for doing it. So thank you. I let everyone know real quick. Look, update that Calvin Herndon has moved on from Basscast Radio from Before the First Cast. He had a little girl.
Oh,
Yeah. So he has two under the age of 2.
Shoo.
Or 3. Yeah. Yeah. They didn't waste any time.
My daughter she's got a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old daughter who is sweet as pie and mean as a snake all at the same time. And she's got, she literally has Bam Bam as a son at 1 year old. He's the mini Hulk, or Bam Bam, as I like to call him, because everything he gets, he picks up and just bangs it against. Bam, 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 bam.
Oh my gosh. So there were two. It's I got a brother and sister, by the way, guys. You guys probably don't even know. Think I'm like an only child or something. But there was 2 years between each one of us. So 52, 51, 48. Yeah. 52, 50, 48. Yeah. So there's 2 years between each one of us. So I can understand the part of kind of wanting to knock it all out while you get that part of it over with. Now he's got a boy, a girl. Life is complete, and he can raise some kids. But he is still writing for us, so appreciate him continuing writing. And really appreciate that. We were talking about earlier, guys, the Bass EQs, and Geek brought it up in our text message about how young these kids are, man.
Yeah, it's I don't remember where it was I was watching. I think it might have been Bass Blaster or something like that. Okay. And they were talking about how some of the, it was, I think after day 2 or something like that, how some of the guys had fell out of the points, the top 10 in the points. And I've been trying to look it up to see, the exact age of some of these kids. But, the reason why I brought that up and I thought it'd be an interesting topic is because, we've talked about it a lot. I talked to a gentleman a few nights ago at work. He had come in and done some work and knew that I fished. And, he was talking about, of course, live scope. And, of course, live scope has just been, tied hand in hand to any young kid out there. But, the thing of it is, we've talked about it before. And look at the Bass College Series this year. It's Harris Chain of Lakes, Smith Lake in Alabama, Lake Eufaula in Oklahoma, Lake Okeechobee, Bugs Island, Chickamauga, Cherokee. All lakes that we see the pros going to on the regular basis.
Right.
And, these kids have been doing this since they were, 17, 18, 19. So they're being groomed. And on Lake Okeechobee, I just don't think that it's live scope that's dominating down there.
Yeah.
These kids can fish.
Yeah, that is the thing about it. Geek and I are talking about it real quick that, by the time they get their driver's license, they're ready to hit the road.
Yeah.
Trey McKinney, all the rest of them young kids from last year did, amazing 2025 season.
Yep.
The Angler of the Year, the Rookie of the Year. Heck, well, Rookie of the Year, Trey winning his first event. These guys just do nothing but travel and fish.
That's all they do. They're just built for it. I seen another podcast. Oh gosh, what's the kid's name? Blonde kid, looks younger. He's not really that young.
I'm not sure who that is.
He had Bass's MC on, and he asked him between the 3 kids, Trey McKinney, the kid that you had on a little while back that we talked to before, that's won $1 million, and then one of the other kids, who does he think will have the most wins by the end of his career? And that's incredible, thought. That was where I kind of ended the conversation was, these kids are already fishing, bigger tournaments than most guys who are, Kevin Van Dam or Mike Iaconelli or, G-Man did, until they got to the pros.
Right.
And, they're already doing it in high school. So these kids are literally being bred, born and bred to be big time tournament anglers.
With the so I did see the MC was talking to of Bassmaster. Had they had oh shoot, what's the name? Wears all the fur coats and all the other crazy mess, the long blonde hair.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why his name's
You cannot think of a name tonight.
Yes, with names are like eluding me. It's like so much other stuff's going on. But had him on, and they were kind of talking about the entry fees, about the 2025 season, and he brought up a really good point. I watched it most of it the other day. Are you looking him up real quick?
Dave Mercer.
Dave Mercer, I know that. I got that. But they were talking about how he felt that 25 season just kind of completely changed for him because they kind of did away with they did away pretty much with the big entry fees, and how his season just kind of sucked because he really had no reason to care. Because if
Matt Robertson,
there you go. So I mean, if your sponsors pay for your entry fee, pay for your travel, and you do make a little bit of money, then but also I heard Slick was talking about it the other day. He did a video that the sponsors are like dried up like a mofo, which we already know that. But he was talking about how anglers were, I want to say 15 to 20K for the season. That's all they got. We're talking about traveling, food, gas, fishing for 7 days.
Yes.
How many tournaments? 8, 9 tournaments?
Yeah. Shoo. That's you better be finishing in that 10K or top 10.
Yeah, so I don't really understand what I bet you now, if you really think about it, with the entry fee, the way Bass changed it for the 2025 season, everybody now is like, crap, I can pick up somebody pretty cheap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or do you think the sponsors know that? And now they're like, we don't have to pay you that much. Why do you need that much money?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is they probably sat down and did the math and were like, we don't really have to pay you that much anymore. Because I know in the past you would get, I know I've spoken to Gray Buck many times about it, and we usually speak a couple times throughout the year. And like his title sponsor will pay for about half, and then he'll get a couple others medium-sized sponsors pay for the rest of the season, and then he'll pick up like a few little ones to kind of help cap everything off.
Yeah.
So, but I know now he won't be fishing the Bass Pro Series anymore, and I can't remember. I don't know. Was he one of the ones who made an announcement, or I haven't seen an announcement for where Gray is going?
I know there's several that are. Several older guys are, of course, now joining the Seniors League, lovingly referred to.
The NPFL, everybody.
And there's another question. There's another question. Are we diluting the sport across too many pro leagues, and the sponsors are starting to weigh? Are you really selling? Because, we can talk about sponsors as in, hey, they'll sponsor us. And, the God's honest truth is, I get it. You're out there, you're working, you're traveling, you're doing all this stuff. And it's very hard to do other things. But a sponsor is a sponsor because they own a company and they want to sell baits.
Yeah,
or batteries or boats or and so we've got really 4 full pro leagues if you count the tackle warehouse.
Yep, tackle warehouse.
And how many anglers is that total?
Probably about 400 anglers all total.
Yeah. So you wonder why.
Well, less than that now since Major League Fishing Bass Pro Series and cut it down.
Yeah. What's Bass? What's
52.
Bass Pro's 52. The Elite Series, what? It's 80 something now.
Yeah, 80 to
They
90.
cut it down, or are they back up to 112, 113?
They might be back up to 100, to be honest.
So we'll just round and say 100. So there's 150 and change, and then the other two. I mean, if they could have 200 angler fields, they would love it.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I mean, I know, guys. The last week, the Tackle Warehouse field did come out. It's up on the basscast.com there. Who all's gonna be fishing at? So, yeah, I mean, you do wonder if it's not enough money to go around. Plus, I will tell you guys this. I mean, we saw the Jacob Fouts video 2 years ago.
Yeah.
This thing really is built on a relationship. And
100%.
a lot of even Gray Buck's sponsor was a construction guy.
Yeah.
And I don't really remember the whole story behind it. It probably was someone that I'm just throwing this out there, everybody. The Gray Buck probably worked for when he was a kid.
Yeah.
He said, hey, I really, you don't work for me. It's time to pay you back. Thank you for being such a good employee. Or, there was some type of relationship there that was built that he sponsors Gray Buck. So it's, yes, you got to be a good angler, but a lot of these deals are relationships that you've started, and you're not going to continue this plateau before you're going to end up at the senior league.
Yeah.
And even there, it's not free. So, I mean, but you do get to fish all 3 days. So you got a chance to come back. You got a chance to make a lot of money, and they're now paying $100,000.
That's true. The last day you got a chance to catch a good bag and move up the standings and win. And like I say, I jokingly and lovingly, because they've been good to us, jokingly call it the Seniors League. But I like what the NPFL does. I like what they're doing. For me, I mean, I think it's great to see guys get out there and have an opportunity to be able to fish more.
Yeah. On that whole entire thing and talking about money, yes, it is relationships, and small businesses. Small businesses, we all know, taking a big hit. I'm hanging on by a shoestring. It feels like some days.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the bills are paid. Thank you, Jesus, for that. But I mean, we all think we're kind of hanging on by a shoestring, but it's, like Geek said, you kind of wonder, honestly, that a lot of these people say, okay, I can add more players, and I'll give them like $5K, and that pretty much pays now for a couple events or half the season if they live pretty cheaply, inexpensively.
Yeah.
But to get back to what I was talking about, Matt Robinson, Matt said that, because there was no entry fee in the Elite Series, or was it, what did it do? A small entry fee?
It's they've really downsized it.
Yeah. So it was a small entry fee. So they just, Matt said at the end of the day, sometimes some tournaments, he didn't really care.
But man, I mean, okay, here's like, if I'm putting my own money up, I understand.
You're not putting your money up, then.
But if I'm putting, I don't know, maybe it's just me. But if I'm gambling with somebody else's money, I'm probably, for me, I'm more geared up to go and do. I mean.
Yeah, like I said, though, I mean,
that's me.
That is true, and that's why I kind of really did not like the Major League Fishing no entry, because you wonder if they really did give 110%.
Yeah.
I mean, if It's a
You
hey,
can ride. Hey, look, everybody can say what they want to. For any of you NASCAR fans out there, I personally like the points and the heats and the wins matter. And the reason why is because a lot of people was like, these are professionals. A lot of people in the NASCAR industry were like, these are professionals. They're just not out there riding around points races. They're driving as hard as they could. And then once they put in the heat races where you got points for the playoffs, we found out different. We found out that was not the case. And a lot of people had to take their words. So, points races are great, but wins should matter a lot.
They always said the points race is the biggest. We always talk about the points championship, the
100%.
biggest championship of them all, and how big, how much it takes. The consistency and being consistent throughout the year to win points. But like he was talking about NASCAR right there. NASCAR really is kind of like, if you take it, bass fishing, golf, and NASCAR.
Yep.
They all go pretty much hand in hand. They really do. I brought it up on the show many times. Golf is probably, if you look up bass fishing, like what designs, websites, companies, etc., we're like right there together.
Yep.
Because it's a pay to play. Golf is not free. You pay every time you go out there and play a match, and you have Nike and I don't know anything about golf anymore. Adidas, whoever sponsors that.
Yeah. Titnius. Remember that Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah. Callaway and all them other companies. Yeah. So they sponsor them to play, and if they win, they get a check, but they're out there all dressed up in their Callaway gear. And you know what? Bass fishing is the same damn way.
It is.
We're dressed up in, what is it? K9. That's what Geek's got on, by the way. And K9 says they're going to sponsor Geek to wear that hat. And Geek says, I want $20,000 to wear this hat that says K9 on it.
I'd wear that hat for that.
And that's how it kind of works. And it's the same daggone way. But we're seeing, though, what I was going to say, get to the point is we're seeing a recycle. And NASCAR saw that a couple years ago where Winston left, USA came in, and then, it's been, the sponsors kind of do see a recycle, and we're seeing a recycle now. And it is kind of scary.
It is. And again, I really do think the sport's just so spread out that it's not sustainable. And with the economy the way it is right now, I don't think with the sport being so spread out and sponsorship being so tight that it's going to be sustainable for long. Now, the thing about it is, as long as the anglers are paying entry fees that are basically paying to run the tournament series, well, you can do it for as long as you want to, but you're never going to get to the point to where, Bassmaster and both MLF want to be, where your professionals are truly professionals and not paying entry fees anymore.
Right.
And, look at basketball, look at baseball, look at football. There's only a few recognizable faces, in each league, to the outsider, to the non-hardcore. To us, we're going to recognize a lot of guys, but it's not convincing us to sell. It's the casual fan that you want and have to get those eyeballs, those views from. It's the casual fan you have to draw in. And if the casual fan doesn't know which league is really, the NFL,
right?
If it's so watered down, the casual fan can't even tell what the professional league is, which one's really the best of the best, facing the best of the best. Then why are the sponsors sponsoring? And that's why to me, that's why you see only the industry companies, only companies that have something to do with bass fishing in the industry. Because right now, all we can draw is the hardcore fan. We're not pulling in the casual fan because we're so watered down.
We would like your opinion. We'd love for you to comment. What are your thoughts on having 3 leagues? Will we see the third league disappear? The third league don't have enough money. I don't want to be like that, but they just don't have enough money to do, or the backing to do what Major League Fishing did when they bought FLW. Will it just continue to stay a lone wolf, to be honest? It's one of those things where we'll have a third league and it'll be like the senior PGA. But I don't want to take that away because there's a lot of young anglers that fished the NPFL last year.
There is.
One of your BFFs, he fished it and did pretty daggone good in it.
As long as you've got big dollars and no scheduling conflict, there's going to be guys that are going to jump in and fish it.
So we shall see what's going to happen in 2026. We've been talking pretty hard about that. It's a quiet time of the year, and we're all it's kind of like what you talk about, like preseason football here. What we're going to do? What team's going to do this? What team's going to do that? And that's kind of like the mindset that we're in right here at the basscast.com, Basscast Radio. As I talked about earlier, it is time to get ready for the 2026 season. Schedules are starting to come in. Will we see more tournaments disappear in 2026? Participation, we've brought up many times, wasn't what we thought it was going to be across the board. Will the resurgence of locally, guys, English Choice Team Tournament Trail coming back? That's been our king around here besides Cat. Will that help bring back the angler? Or are we just going to listen to you guys fuss about forward facing sonar all year again? I hope not the last one, okay? I'm tired of that shit.
Well, I seen Randy the other day, and I don't watch Blockhead. I can't really stand him because he must be having fishing anything views and everything get low. So now he's resorted to picking on other YouTube channels and YouTubers. Some kid apparently, as he was talking about, who went out and caught a nice big bass, and he was using forward-facing sonar, not in the tournament. So now Randy's I figure Randy needed to up his views so that he could make a little more money this month. Must be running a little low, because he sure ain't cashing no checks nowhere. So, he had one good tournament and got disqualified from it all year. But yeah, man, look, I'm a Pro Tech guy. I mean, I'll state it till I'm dead with it. As a matter of fact, I've got an incredible video that will be coming out over the next few weeks. I'm going to call it something like not a settings video, but it is for all you guys who have forward-facing sonar, who want to get better at it, who want to learn what you're seeing on the screen. I'm going to give you the plan that I went out and executed because I didn't have a buddy to teach me, or I wasn't paying for a guide. I mean, I'm a network engineer, for God's sake. That'd be embarrassing. But
come on, Geek.
So the thing of it is I'm going to teach you how to learn how to use and gain confidence in forward-facing sonar by how I did it, how my 5-step plan was to go out and get good at it. And I'll tell you, some of the stuff I am learning from this thing, from bait movements to bass movements to water temperatures, water drops, from in the fall when it comes to largemouth, it is just, we can do a really, really great episode on that. I'm telling you, it's just, I mean, I can literally sit down and timeline.
So is that going to be a series? Is that what the plan is?
For the
forward facing sonar, videos.
Yeah, we threw out a top 5 forward facing sonar fall baits.
Okay.
And I've got some baits in there. They're not just minnows. They're not just jerk baits. They're not just wacky rigs. I mean, here's the thing: we use everything. If you're not really attacking the fish where they are, like right now, the bass have gone to their winter haunts. They're pulled into either chunk rock areas or they're in brush piles, and so we're using 3/4 ounce to 1 ounce spinner baits to draw them out of brush piles, and a lot of different stuff, man. Not just flipping in those brush piles, because the lakes I fish, the brush pile itself from top to bottom can be 25 feet. So if you think you're going to flip a jig in there and get that bass out and it's fighting through 25 feet, you're going to need more luck than skill.
Yeah.
So you got to learn how to draw them out or get down in there to them. We've even learned, because of forward facing sonar, to be able to see in those brush piles and see when those bass are actually active and ready to feed in those brush piles and when they're not. They set up completely differently.
So you guys mean to make sure you're following Bass Geek. If you're not following Bass Geek and you're watching Basscast Radio, you're freaking crazy. So make sure you're following him, because we need to get him to that 100,000 followers.
It'd be nice. We're going to do it next year.
And you guys can learn about FFS for those who don't want to learn about it, who refuse and say, I'm not going to do it.
Well, and like I always tell everybody, look, you can take forward facing sonar away from me, but I'm not going to magically forget what I've learned. Right?
Yeah.
So when we talk about brush piles and we're fishing my home lake, I'm not magically going to forget without a forward facing sonar how I set up on these brush piles and caught fish.
Right.
I'm going to be able to take that anywhere I go. So we use it as a learning tool for you all. I think that's one of the things that our channel does. We don't get into the nitty gritty, hairy complain. We just talk about fishing. And, we can talk about throwing a spinner bait when the water temp gets to be 58, 63 degrees from the bank, the boat, the kayak, with forward facing, without it.
Right.
So we can talk about a lot of that stuff. And even though you don't have forward facing sonar, it is going to apply to your day on the water. And so we use forward facing sonar to learn and then share how you can do the stuff we're doing without it.
There you go. Hit the follow button, hit the share button, and we'll be. Do you say the first video has already been released, or is that on its way?
No, it should be out sometime next week. I don't know if it'll be out. It may be out.
Might skip the holidays.
Sunday, maybe out Sunday. So we'll see.
So it might be out Sunday or after the holidays. Either way, like I said, Thanksgiving's right around the corner, and a happy Thanksgiving to everyone. But guys, we really just want to come on tonight, check out this new service. So far, Geek, I give it a 2 thumbs up.
I like it.
We're gonna find a couple buttons. The buttons are a little different locations, but we're gonna figure that all out and be ready for the next episode of Basscast Radio. Hopefully, we'll have Thomas back there as well. Since we haven't decided, I don't know. I haven't thought about recording next week, but we might record next week, or I might just record my own show, like I was talking about earlier to you guys, because I do have some things that I would like to talk about the season, about what's going on here, choices and decisions that we're going to make as a company as a whole and moving forward. So, but we want you guys to be a part of that and get your feedback as always, because you are the consumer of the content. So, Geek, man, like I said, we just always shoot the shit with you guys. That's it. I mean, we just hanging out and having a great time. Anything they need to be watching, waiting for coming out that you know of this week on Bass Geek?
We're it's getting to be that time of year where we're throwing out some some unboxings too. So we're throwing out some new gear and equipment that are out there that we're buying that we're hopefully going to get to try out as the year goes on. Um, Hopefully going to do some how tos or some reviews on. Just like everybody else, sponsorships are moving and shaking right now. It's contract season for me, so we've already got a number of people that's already re-signed, and we've got some new people that we are in discussions with, some pretty big companies that are going to be interesting. And of course, the goal is, when it comes down to it, I'm just an everyday Joe, just like the rest of you. And I just like to get out there and grind and fish and learn more about bass. It's what I love, is to learn more about bass behavior and baits and techniques. I just enjoy it, and I hope you guys come and support us in 2026 on our journey just to be better anglers, learn more, grow the channel, and live the dream. Because just like all those other 852 pro anglers, I want to go fishing for a living too.
Yeah, like I said, we got a lot going on. I ain't gonna say it's a phase 3. I ain't gonna say it's a step back, but it's just it's a restructuring plan here at the website. We ended the newsletter. We weren't getting the signups we thought we were going to get, so we kind of ended that this year. We moved all the content from the newsletter over to the website. So we still have the same great content. We're just putting it back on the website. I'll be honest, guys, I love newsletters. They're simple, easy. You put them together in like a couple hours. You do one a week. It's a pretty banger to it. And, I know there's only so many that can, you got Bass Blaster, probably one of the biggest ones out there. So, I mean, but there are a bunch of good newsletters out there. So we dabbled in that and it just didn't work out. So, I mean, it's, you throw some money here, it's called business. You throw it around and see what the hell happens and see what sticks. And we kind of know what sticks. We just need you guys to help us take it to the next level. Like Bass Geek and I both are talking about. we need you guys to help take us to the next level. Share us. We're still growing on social media. We've almost hit 40,000 followers on Facebook. You guys are awesome there. So thank you to Mark Zuckerberg and all he has done to help the basscast.com pay the bills in 2025. So yeah, thank you guys for checking that content out as well. So, but we're gonna leave you with that. We'll be back right here next week on Basscast Radio. Hope you guys all have a great week. Enjoy Turkey Day, family, friends, football, all that goes in together. You guys be safe out there, and we'll see you right back here next week.